you said it was what, 44-6?
Yeah,
we got smacked last year. What they added offensively, because they brought in A.J. Brown, who's a big physical receiver. I know A.J. Brown is considered a top 10 receiver in the NFL, but we have big physical corners also. That's what I love about our secondary room. We have corners that can match up with any type of receiver you throw at us. So if we want to flip a money on them, or if we want to put sticky iffy on them, we can do that. You heard? Now, I think we're going to match up well with those guys. Now, the question is, can they match up with our speed? I know Darius Slay is coming off a good Pro Bowl year, but has he still got them same afterburners to keep up with Jameson, or even let alone DJ Chark? Let's not forget DJ Chark is a speedster also, but he's 6'4". I think we're going to get the W, so I'm tallying that as a win. Dose, what you got?
Like the Cincinnati game, you know, you got blown out, but it really wasn't seemingly that bad. We're down 17-0 at half. Remember, we missed a field goal at the beginning of that game. Some of those games in the middle of the season, like, first off, the middle of the season was the worst spot for us because the injuries. You didn't have Taylor. You didn't have any receivers. It's the worst spot of the season for us. But, yeah, after the one where I think Swift fumbles and Slay picked it up and ran into the end zone, that one just hurt. That one just hurt. Shout out to Frank, by the way. So, yeah, we need to get this one back. And I love the fact that it's at home and it's not a divisional game. I don't like opening with divisional games. I mean, sometimes it works in your favor.
I don't
because it's
either.
like we catch the team off guard. Yeah, but I don't like it because we're not where we could get to yet. We're still figuring things out. Maybe Jameson isn't playing, so I like the fact that we got a little bit of a wait before that happens. I like it though. Home game Philly. That's gonna open up. That's gonna be lively, man. I believe it. No, I don't know if Philly's gonna win as many games as they did last year. We'll see. It's gonna be a big year for Hurts. Carson Strong might be starting soon. I like that. I'll take the win too, man.
Okay, there's one.
The Commanders.
We start the season 2-0.
Yeah. The fact 2 NFC East teams. NFC East is all winnable, man. I mean, really. This is a big year for Washington. This is a big year for their head coach. They got Jahan Dotson with their top pick, who's cool, but I'm not worried about that. You know
I like
what
Jahan
I thought it
Dotson.
was too early.
They got a solid receiving core before they even added Jahan Dotson, but
yeah, this is Carson Wentz is. I don't dislike Carson Wentz really. I think he's probably a good upgrade from what they had for sure. This one will be tough. It'll be tough, but again, if it's another home game, like I feel good. When you look at the beginning of the schedule, Rad, you look at Philly, Washington, Minnesota, Seattle, really up to New England. The first 4 weeks of the season, you have one divisional game. You have 3 of the 4 at home. That's really good spot to get off to a hot start.
you can go into the look. Y'all can call me crazy.
New England's kind of tough, man.
Nope.
Philly got Jordan
Y'all can
Davis
call me
too.
crazy. We could go into the bye week being undefeated.
I mean, we could, but I gotta give New England the respect. Matt Patricia's calling plays over there now, Rad. So I need
look
to
at it. Look at it, bro. We low key really could go into the bye week undefeated. Now that first divisional game in Minnesota, I'm not sold on Minnesota. We split with them last year.
That's our easiest.
I think we can beat Minnesota. I think out of those first 5, the toughest game to me is probably gonna be Philly. Week 1, and I think we're gonna win week 1. Seattle, nah, they don't scare me with Drew Lock or Geno Smith. Then week 5, who they got? Week 5, Macaroni Jones.
That's gonna be tough. That
don't scare me either, bro. Like, nah, bro, they don't scare me. I think we really could go into the bye week undefeated, and then now you're giving us an extra week because I think Dallas is gonna be tough, and we're going down to Texas. But you're giving us an extra week to like watch film and scout them jokers. Let's come out that bye week hot.
I believe it. I just think New England's gonna be difficult.
You think Macaroni Jones and them gonna give us some problems? Yeah, I'm not going. I'm not going.
But even with that said, you're right though. The first 5 very winnable. Seattle for sure. We'll see what they do. They're always competitive and they always can run.
I'm not worried about Seattle. They ain't got dangerous.
They got a back in there. That's true. They don't have danger. And look, Baker Mayfield is not going to concern me if they do that. But even right now, Drew Lock, like, I ain't worried about it. So without having a quarterback, you're right. That's probably that in Philly. Not Philly, Minnesota. I think Minnesota is a really good to get that week 3 on the road doesn't concern me. That'd be a great way to. I mean, your first 5 games, first 7 games, you're not playing you're playing one divisional game. If that's how it's set up, that's awesome. I like that it's kind of in the back before you hit the divisional games. You could make up ground, or you could possibly pull away there.
And
Now look. We're about to
Hold
follow
on.
up there because you got to go to Dallas, who is a playoff team. Then you got to face
that's
Miami.
gonna be a tough one.
Then the Packers. That 3-game stretch on the bye week might be a little tough. But at least you got a bye week. You could hopefully get healthy. Someone said they always screw us with the early bye week. True, but this could come at a good time because you look at those 3 games. That might be our hardest stretch on the schedule.
I think we can go down to Dallas and get that. Miami might be some problems, but at the same time, they brought in a lot of pieces, but we got to see them pieces gel. Week 8, that might have been about time they start gelling. That could get scary. I would agree that is going to be probably our toughest stretch of this. That is the toughest stretch of the season, to be honest, is that Dallas, Miami, Green Bay.
Yeah, that's rough.
But okay, let's just say, I personally think we're coming out 5-0 going into the bye week. I really do, bro. Like, only game that scares me out of those first 5 is Philadelphia. But that's week 1. They're not gonna have much film on us. We already know what Philly's doing. Okay, they did add some pieces, but they don't really know what we're doing. Ben Johnson's about to get the keys to the city. He's gonna drop something new. We got a whole bunch of new pieces. They don't really know how we're gonna use these pieces yet. So I feel like we could catch them off guard. Commanders don't scare me. Minnesota don't scare me. Seattle definitely don't scare me. I know New England scares you, but they don't really scare me, bro.
They don't scare me. They just tough, right? They tough on the road, man.
They are.
How often do you go to Foxborough and win, right? That's difficult.
But also, we're looking at it. It's gonna be like October, so that snow ain't start kicking in full effect yet. Nothing like that. You know, it may be cold, but we ain't gonna be in no snow game or nothing like that up in October. I feel like
that's true.
That week 7, 8, 9 stretch is gonna be tough. Let's say we go 0-3 in that stretch, which I don't think we will. We're sitting at 5-3. I'm feeling good. Halfway through the season, we're 5-3, bro. Come on.
I think the first 4 is 1 to 2 losses, max.
First 4, 1 to 2 losses.
First 5, 1 to 2 losses.
What?
Max is 2.
Who?
Patriots and Philly.
You're tripping.
Hey, now but Brad, I mean, if you came out of the first 9 weeks and you're 4-4, I'm good with that. I'm good with 4-4 because then look, you got Chicago.
We're better than that.
Whack. You got Giants, Rat. Now the Bills are tough. The Jags, the Vikings, the Jets, the Panthers. Rad.
So you say, I want to add this all up. So after those first 9, you think we'll be 4-4?
No, I would say I'll give Patriots a loss. I'm gonna give a loss to of those 3, let's play it safe. Let's say we're 4-4 coming out. 5-3. I think 5-3 could
I said 5-3.
I like 5-3.
Just in case we go on that losing streak.
Or
we flip it. I'm gonna say 5-3. Now let's start at week 10.
I like 5-3.
Chi-Town, we're gonna beat the brakes off Chi-Town.
Yeah. No, we ain't worried about that.
New York? Nah. Not worried about them.
No. I mean, what does New York have to worry about?
they
got Galladay.
Galladay doesn't scare me. Saquon.
Nah. He won't even be healthy. Let's be real. He won't even be healthy, right? Ain't nothing worried. That might be our easier game. I love Saquon, but he ain't healthy. All right, those 2 games. Now, Buffalo's difficult, but we know that's the short week Thanksgiving. But then you're basically giving us a week and a half to prepare for the Jags? Come on, man. We could go 3-4 in that stretch right there. Right there, 3-4. So if you went 3-1 after being 5-3, you're now 8-4. So I'm saying if you're 4-4, then you're
7-5.
7-5. Like, either way, I'm feeling really good heading into that final stretch for the playoffs.
Okay, you got us to 7-5. Now where we at?
We are at Minnesota. Back at home, Vikings. Again, I'm not worried about the Vikings. Yeah,
win.
I mean, not at
we
all.
coming off a win off Jacksonville, so we feeling good, feeling high. Jets.
Jets are gonna be interesting.
I don't know if they can piece all them puzzles. I don't know, man. I think the Jets right up there is one of the teams I feel like that low key got improved pretty well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they got to get those young guys rolling, but by that point they could. And that's the thing. Like even with we'll break this down later into the season. But you look at the Vikings, man. Like I like what they did with their coaching staff, and I don't like what they did in the draft. They didn't get better seemingly. So I mean, they got Lewis Seen with their first pick. Like, I ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about, what sticks out there. The Jets, they have talent, though. When you got Jermaine Johnson and Ahmad Gardner, and who's the other guy they picked up in there? Can't even think of who it is right now. They also got Garrett Wilson, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, they got some players in there. They got Breece Hall in the backfield. Yeah. And then the final three, Carolina, Bears, Packers.
Wait, what did we say on that Jets?
Oh, that's gonna be a good one. That might go to overtime. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go dub there. That's a dub.
And it's probably gonna be cold up there. I know it's gonna be cold, not probably.
But then look how we follow that up, Brad. Panthers.
I think
Panthers. I mean, come on, man. We're not concerned about Sam Darnold. Like, nah. The Bears again. We always have to play Green Bay at the end of the year.
10, 11. We're 11 and 6.
Oh, snap. Yeah, so I mean the Packers game may not even matter, depending on how that goes. Wait, we're 11 and 6. So we got. How'd you get to 11 and 6? Wait, what? What did you give us for Green Bay? A loss?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna count it in my head real quick how I see it kind of. So I got Philly with the win, Commanders win, Vikings win, Seahawks win, Patriots lose, Dolphins. I mean not Dolphins. Cowboys, we'll see. That would be difficult. Dolphins, I think we'll lose one of those two. And then you got the Packers. So let's just say safe again. You come out 5-3. Bears, that's a win. That's 6-3. Giants, that's a win. That's 7-3. Again, we can play by the odds, but if we're 7-3, man, I think if we're 7-3, we have one of the best records in the league, one of the best records in football. There's no reason we couldn't beat Buffalo at home on Thanksgiving with, all the energy around there. But I'll play it safe. I'll say loss, so 7-4. Jacksonville, that's a win. They're still figuring a lot out over there. 8-4. Vikings, that's another win. 9-4. Jets might be a little bit of a toss-up. 10-4. Panthers, whack. 11-4. Bears, 12-4. Packers,
loss.
12, let's say 12-5. I mean, Rand, this schedule's kind of nice. I'm not even trying to be
mad
what?
at it. I'm telling you, our floor is 10 wins. The ceiling is 12, bro. Like,
can we do this, Red? Because we've been saying 10 wins a lot. Let's play it safe, and let's come out with a 10-7.
A 10-7. Okay. Week 1, let's go.
Loss.
Yes. Week 2, win.
Yep.
3 win. 4 win. 5 loss.
Okay, so
we're 3-2.
3-2. I like that. Boom.
Lose to Dallas.
Okay.
3-3.
How about this? Let's say we lose the next 3. Let's say we're 3-5.
So now we're 3-5.
Yeah.
Win.
Okay, 5-5.
Lose to Buffalo. 5-6.
5-6. Yep.
Win.
7-6. Jets, I think that's another win. 8-6.
Win. Loss.
9-6. 10-6. 10-7. That second half of the schedule is like we got a legit shot to get on the run. Right after Buffalo, we could rattle off 5 straight. Easy. I mean, we could really comfortably. I mean, we might be favored in 4 or 5 of those, like all those games. That stretch, depending on what record we come into, we got a really good chance right after Buffalo. And the nice thing is, like I said, you get that little extra time to rest up. It's kind of like a half bye week. And then before Buffalo, yeah, I mean, it's a little dicey right after the bye week. But then Chicago Giants, that's potential. And you could get running and beat the Giants, come in feeling good. But 10-7, Brad, we were 3-5 coming out of the first 8, and we got us with 10-7. Dang.
I'm telling you, bro, the floor is 10, the ceiling's like 12 to 13.
The game plan's simple for Kirk Cousins. He's doing play action. Stop the run. I mean, shoot, for real. Hey, and I like because I like the Kevin O'Connell. Gotta stop the run. Like, there's a couple teams on here that's just that simple. Philadelphia, stop the run. Vikings, stop the run.
Stop the run.
Who else would we say is like that?
I feel Patriots, like even New England. Yeah, New England, stop the run.
Dallas a little bit.
I feel like Green Bay is probably about to transition to more of a run-first team, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. And we were saying 2 losses to Green Bay. I don't think we're going to lose both games to Green Bay. We're winning one of those. Like, home or away, we're winning one of the games to Green Bay. Schedule doesn't matter for that, really, but I think 4-2, 3-3 definitely could be the floor. 3-3 feels like the floor for a division record. I
Can't
feel like I'm
go.
disrespecting the Vikings. That's
The Bears are worse than the Vikings.
They have to be. Why do I feel like that?
No, for one, I mean, I'm just gonna say it like this: at least they got Kirk Cousins,
Yeah.
Jefferson, Thielen, and then one of the best running backs in the NFL, Dalvin Cook. Them four are already better than like four you can name.
Something
on
after
Chicago.
last year.
Chicago lost their heavy hitters on defense.
Yeah, Chicago's worse. I don't know why I keep saying that.
Justin
Chicago's
Fields
worse.
they're way worse. Justin Fields has no. I can't even name anybody besides Mooney.
Nah,
Like,
they got
no,
another weapon
bro.
in there, man. They got Bayless Jones in there. Oh my goodness. Hey, look, you're right. The Bears are worse
He said, "Oh my goodness."
than the Vikings. The Bears are kind of whack, man. That
They're
entire
very
front
whack.
seven is gone. That entire front seven
They're
is
whack,
gone.
bro.
It's
Like,
gone.
no.
They got nobody in there. Oh my goodness.
No.
Yeah. I think they went out and got the dude from the Packers though. Didn't they get Smith or something from the Packers, like the edge? I don't know. They're reeling at the front seven. The Vikings are a little bit more like, okay, we can win now, but still at the same time, just by the way we played them last year, I have like no faith in the Vikings.
Yeah, I think we can. I think we can sweep both of those jokers. I think we're going about 4-2 or 5-1 in the division, bro.
I mean, it really, like the way we played the Packers. I mean, we beat them. Now, okay, yeah, they took their step, but we were up at half. And the first time we played them, we were up at half. We just fell apart a little bit at the end because we didn't have the firepower.
We're gonna be scary. Like, we're gonna be scary. Like, even if I wasn't like a diehard Lion fan, looking at us on paper and just knowing how hard those boys played last year from the outside looking in, like, you would have to like think Detroit, they look a little scary, bro. Like, you would have to show some respect.
I think we handled it week 18 last year, if I remember right. The first time around, we did not. But like I said, even that game, like really the only reason we lost because the play that got Iffy hurt on like 3rd and 10. We get off the field there. We get the ball back. We were up. That's the one play. Because remember in that game, just like 3 swing plays that swung it. We go for it on 4th down, and we don't pick it up. We drop it. And we were in field goal range. We dropped it for 4th down. Then they picked a big play up on 3rd down and 10 when they were trailing on a bomb on Iffy, and he gets hurt that play. And then at the very end, we fumble at the end, which kind of took us out of a comeback chance. And then they had the PI, which wasn't called, but that game was over at that point. Point is, it was like 3 swing plays that swung that game. It wasn't like we got beat. And then to come back and then play them like we did in the second time and be up at half, it's like, yeah, we're not far. We're not far off from beating Green Bay. That's why I don't have tons of confidence in Green Bay, man. Like, I think they're stable, so they're good enough to be another playoff team again because there's too many unstable teams, especially in the NFC. I mean, you just look at the NFC East. There's a lot of teams is like, what's going on there? But they're not that team that went to the NFC Championship last year. I don't see it. I don't think they'll be able to get back to that. So
Yeah.
if we can hang with it, I mean, we just start matching up some weapons. You just need a couple of those swings to go your way. The games will be competitive, and we'll see, man. Maybe we get a couple swings at home. Maybe we'll get some calls. Maybe Hard Knocks will give us some flags our way this year.
Please show us some respect.
The more I'm looking at this, now if there is going to be a prime time though, hopefully it's week 1. Or Miami might be a primetime. By the way they've been talking about it, that might be a primetime game. I do want to hop in here and talk a little bit about the times. So there are no primetime games for the Detroit Lions aside from the Thanksgiving game against the Buffalo Bills. They did us kind of dirty with that. I was really hoping for some sort of primetime game, specifically at home. I was hoping for maybe some kind of primetime game at home to open up the season. But no, that is not the case. Also, I know I put out that report that I thought we were playing the Dolphins on Thanksgiving. It is true. We are playing the Buffalo Bills on Thanksgiving. It's going to be pretty tough. I mean, you're talking about one of the best teams in the NFL. But, man, it would just make it that much sweeter to win that game. Now, we do play on Christmas Eve. It's at 1 o'clock. It's not a primetime game. A lot of teams play at this time. But I just thought I'd throw it out there because of how the schedule works out. We do play on Christmas Eve at 1 p.m. There's a couple teams that do play on Christmas, and I'm okay with that. I don't need to watch the Lions on Christmas. You know, Christmas is for Christmas. I don't need to watch the Lions on that day. But we get to watch them the day before, which I actually think is kind of fire. I mean, that would have been a sweet night game. I don't know if they can do that, though. That'd be kind of crazy for players and, you know, for the players, but also as a fan. I think that's going to be really darn cool just by how the schedule sets up. So it's still a 1 p.m. game, but It is on Christmas Eve. Now, when it comes to the final game of the season, I have read that it's to be determined what time we're going to play the Green Bay Packers, which means that possibly it could end up being flexed. I mean, if the Lions are playing well and you get down to that final game of the season and we're playing for playoff spots, maybe that game gets flexed. Usually they leave that potential out there for, two teams that could draw a lot of attention. If it's two good teams that fight for a playoff spot, something like that. So that game, I'm not sure if it's going to be at 1. May end up being at 1, but it could be moved around as well. But that's the last game of the season at Green Bay. Aside from that, every other game is at 1 o'clock, aside from Thanksgiving, which of course is always at 12:30 for the Detroit Lions. So no, unfortunately, we didn't get any crazy primetime games, which I was hoping for. But the schedule you're seeing is accurate. I mean, I think about this, Red. Like you look at Green Bay, and we usually look at it like, dang, we play them late. But is that changing a little bit because like we're okay with playing them later in the season? We feel like, because I mean, look, Green Bay playing San Fran, that beat them. I really believe that the weather at their house beat them because they couldn't throw the ball. Like they couldn't do anything. If they played that game against San Fran at Ford Field, they're blowing out the Niners. I believe that. They played in that terrible weather and they lost. They couldn't even get a punt off. I'm like, man, we actually not that bad, but I don't know if it's a bad thing to play some of these cold weather games at the end. I don't know if that's a bad thing. The way we play,
you're going to be forced to run a little bit more.
I'd rather do that against Green Bay. I'd rather play that way than have them drop back and pass, and just with the injuries we've had.
Have Aaron Rodgers just light us up.
Yeah. Man.
I don't know, man. I don't think Green Bay's done making up some signs. I feel like Julio might end up in Green Bay to try to take a shot at a ring before his career is over. I see Green Bay going out and still bringing in some more weapons for AR-12.
They should. I like their draft though. I do. I like their draft, man.
I thought they drafted pretty well.
Yeah, they got some players, man. I'm like, okay, they did their thing. I like that. They got Zach Tom in there. I like I'm saying, the Christian Wyatt, man. Devontae Wyatt. Yeah, they got some players, man. And Devontae Wyatt is gonna be really nice with Kenny Clark. This year it feels like we're more excited what's happening with us.
Right, because we them dogs, baby. Really, man, we gonna be alright, though.